here's the funny thing.
What?
I think men are more logical than women.
We don't get enough attention as women.
True.
Like, we don't get enough attention than as black women. One man or one boy stood up and said, and I quote, man, I can't be expressing emotions. That's too weak. It doesn't make sense. It's for women.
It actually requires strength to suppress your emotions. So, follow me. Calm down. Calm down. You want to kill me before this episode is over? You're literally shooting lasers at me. Calm down. I mean lasers. Oh, all have lasers. God have mercy.
Maybe one day they'll just be like, you know what, I don't tire, I'm done. And then they could be seen as, can you imagine? They cannot even hold himself. What is this?
Are you kidding me right now?
One, either I now start yelling, like, can you hear me out? Can you listen to me? Or just utter silence, like.
And the drum rolls. All right, hey people, what's up? It's your favorite girl here, Jessica Rogers. Thank you. I know I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. This is the very first episode of Laptop and Lattes. I felt that.
I'm actually really excited about this episode or this podcast because it's been a very long time coming, and it's something that we really just wanted to bring out to the public, basically, because I feel like we don't get enough attention as women.
True.
Like, we don't get enough attention then as black women, because then again we face, like, especially in the work culture in Nigeria, if it's not that the reason why you're like this is because someone is funding your lifestyle, or at work you're being just treated as shit because they don't even trust or know your worth.
Exactly.
It's like, you know what, we need to talk about
You have to
this
do
thing.
extra to prove yourself.
You have to just keep doing the extra stuff. So
True.
it's like, you know what, we need to have a space where we can talk about these things, express the pain points, and really like create our own world and our own like solution around this.
All right, so before we continue creating this beautiful world, I'd like to introduce you to this beautiful co-host of mine, because she just like took the floor without allowing me to tell the whole world how beautiful she is, how amazing she is. This is CEO Creative Complex. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Favor.
Hi guys. Hello. Hi, my name is Favor, and it's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice. It's actually nice. Okay, so today, while we're in what's it called? What's the English word? I hate English sometimes. You know? Okay, but like in relation to the whole creating our little world, we're going to be starting off with a very sensitive topic, and it is, you are too emotional. You are too emotional as a woman, you know, and it's actually being used against you.
Yeah, that's true. And then when you start expressing those emotions, whatever you say or do is almost regarded as, don't mind that, let her just do her thing.
Women.
But then people don't understand that there's pain in those tears. There's whatever is going on, there's something meaningful, and you just need to listen or pay attention to it. And then just because we're emotional doesn't mean we can also make decisions by ourselves.
Just because we are emotional does not mean we cannot be logical.
And then who says men are not emotional too?
Which will bring us to the following prompts, my people. So we're going to be discussing some very sensitive, topics under this topic, because we've really taken our time, you understand, to pinpoint some of the very triggering matters, like, when it comes to the women in the society. We've taken our time to actually bring this out. So I know that some of you, as you're watching this, you'll be peppering your body, and you might actually have a lot to say. But don't worry, we're going to help you to say it. All right, so the very first theme we have here, or rather topic, is men are more logical than women.
I beg to differ.
Because, why are you differing?
Because if I'm being very honest, I think so. There was a time when I was in this gathering with a couple people, and then it was a poetry gathering, and then we were talking about men connecting with their emotions, and then one man or one boy stood up and said, and I quote, man, I can't be expressing emotions. That's too weak. That's just, it doesn't make sense. It's for women. Bro, every person that was like up to stable, was like, please, who is this?
Just
Who is this? Just shifts one side. And then even the way he tried to puff up his shoulders, like, nah, I'm a strong person. I'm like, even everything you just said now, how is what you said now? How does it even make
Related,
sense?
yeah.
How do you even sound like an actual person by saying that, oh, it's not for this, not for us. We are the ones that make the decision. We're the ones who are. He just sounded very dumb and very stupid, and I was like, I beg, please just stay one side. It didn't make sense to me.
Here's the funny thing.
What?
I think men are more logical than women.
You're not doing that right now, are you?
Just let me calm down. Before all of you attack me, before I get attacked, just hold on. I'll explain myself.
I'm ready
I'll
to
explain
attack.
myself.
I'm actually ready to attack because tell me how men are more logical. Fine, men are logical. Men are built to have strength. Men
Okay.
are built to provide.
Let me land.
Okay.
Why I say this, it's not because women lack the ability to be logical. It is because from time immemorial, the standard has already been set that men are expected to be logical. So even when they try to express emotions, sometimes it is being suppressed. You're just be a man. The slightest, the slightest form of expression from a man is shunned.
Right.
You're not expected to do that. It's for women. So that role has already been built, like you're built, that's the society you're being oriented into. You understand? And because of that, you always tend to lean into the logical perspective. You get, as a man.
And what if the logical reasoning is also stupid?
Exactly. They don't even know they're being stupid because they feel.
Well, pick a side, woman.
I am picking a side. Understand where I'm coming from. When I say men are more logical, I don't mean it in the actual sense of being more logical. But the point I'm trying to make is that men tend to always lean towards, they disregard
Right.
the emotional part of them because
Right.
they feel it is weak. They feel it is for the women.
Right.
So when I say they are more logical, they always lean towards the logical perspective. Sure, I get now.
And then sometimes in that logic, whatever reason
They may be making mistakes, but they don't see it that way.
Decisions.
They don't see it that way. One. Now,
Exactly.
see the funny thing, and where a lot of women have it wrong, where a lot of women mess up, is even when they're trying to prove that, yes, if you look at it closely, if you look at the situation closely, the woman might actually be making sense. But the problem now is because of she's being too expressive, she's being too dramatic, or she's being too emotional.
If a woman had room to express herself, she wouldn't need to be dramatic. If a man was logical enough to let her speak up her mind calmly, and it was a calm conversation without him trying to prove why his statement is right, or why, hey, okay, so babe, let me not even say babe, but basically in a normal relationship, right? And then you want to decide on something, and then the man just says, hey, let's just pick this. And then you don't let her, okay, what if we try this? And he's like, doesn't make sense. Already you've shown her down. A woman's natural instinct would just be like to flare up, like, have you even heard what I have to say? What if what I have to say? Then it now looks
That's exactly
like
what I'm talking about. That's
she's
exactly
being
where we get it
dramatic.
wrong.
Because the logic, it's fine, come out to English. bro.
But that's the thing.
It
That's what we're
doesn't
still
make
saying. That's where a lot of us get it wrong. Because it's like, it's almost like a superpower to be, to intentionally be level-headed. Even
then
when
at
they
the
try
end
to
of it-
shun you, you keep your cool and double down. Instead of, now when you flare up, you've expressed yourself emotional.
And if you think about
Emotional.
And then if you think about it, them trying to prove that they are logical, meaning they should be heard, leads to narcissism, it leads to being toxic. And then at the end of the day, it's like everyone now comes down to the, men are scum, men don't like this, all that type of stuff, because then they don't even want to allow their emotions to just come out.
I'm gonna
What's
remind
wrong?
you.
What's wrong if you tell your woman or a friend who is a lady and say, hey, I'm in pain right now. And then you just like, you don't know what to do right now, but you need to think. What's wrong if you share that with a woman? They would rather share that with their fellow man. They might want to say, I been bracing up now. Bro, you can't be doing what's happened?
Yeah, I feel you.
But then when you come to a woman and then you want to have that connection, everyone now feels like, oh, because she's emotional, she'll not be able to understand the pain I'm going through. Oga, is it you don't have money? We too, we also don't have money. Is it work? Were you fired? Me too, we get fired too.
Is it that works
provision?
with,
I provide too. I don't
my
understand.
love, that works with a woman who, how do I put it, someone that has more knowledge, right? The truth of the matter is, the higher statistics of women who don't want to see a man in that situation. I promise you.
Okay.
Sure. It's only a rare few.
Okay.
It's only a rare few.
Agree to disagree.
No problem, no problem. But I think what we're getting from this particular prompt now is that men are not exactly more logical than women in the actual sense.
And not all logical reasoning is actually a logical reason. It could just be them just trying to prove right and just trying to stake claim of what they think that they have.
Sure. So,
anyways,
get us into the second prompt.
Okay, so the next one is, the moment a woman raises her voice, she automatically loses the argument.
Exactly what we referred to in the first prompt. Remember, this factor came in the first prompt.
Mm-hmm. But the question is, why did she raise her voice in the first place?
Because she wasn't being heard, obviously. Someone wasn't listening.
Exactly.
Now, let me remind you of something. Remember, there was a particular interview we went for, and you were like, "Oh, just be calm. Even if you're not getting things right, be calm."
Right.
Do you remember? So now here's the thing about being calm sometimes and packaging yourself in a certain way.
Right.
Even if you do nonsense with audacity, people still respect you.
I mean,
do you get?
Even if you don't know
you do not.
But you have that. See, I'm telling you what I'm telling you makes sense, bro. Anything you say, I'll just be like.
And that's why men always think that they're always on top of the game. They're right because they're able to be calm. You know this popular meme or video where the two men with coffee are like women.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
It pisses me off, but like they have a point because they have the ability, and that ability. It's unfair because it's something that was put in them from childhood. Do you understand? If a woman is raised like a man, if she starts to ignore her emotions and focus more on her logical side, she will grow up a very masculine woman. She won't raise her voice in a room full of men or when she's trying to communicate. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from.
There are women who are raised in that type of background, let's be honest.
I know.
And they still have their emotions and they're still logical and they still know how to have conversations with people. For example,
where I'm coming from?
I do get where you're coming from, but I feel like my partner and I, right?
Yeah.
Whenever there's a problem between us, I can't remember. We don't yell. We don't because I don't have. You don't hear me out. No, we literally sit down and we talk about it. Even when maybe we could be so mad at each other that we just want to give each other space. At the end of the day, we'll come and sit down like logical women who have brain to know that all it takes to solve the problem is a simple conversation. But then when if you bring this type of an argument with a man, and the man right there, all men want to do is fix it. Just, what's the problem? Okay, let's just do this and that's it. Sometimes people just want to gist the whole thing. When they now start cutting it short, it now becomes an argument. Argument now comes, what's been exchanged? It now becomes, oh please, well, then the woman now go because it feels like she's done for. Like, no, it wasn't even the point. You not even hear me out. And then the man now turns into this whole, you don't hear anything I tell you. Why don't you listen to anything I tell you? It's like, hey, so no arguments, no solve, no problem, no solution, nothing. So what's the point?
But the question I want to ask right now is, what exactly makes us lose the argument when we raise our voice? Why do we lose?
I think it's fear of, it's just being afraid of like at the end of the day, whatever it is you feel or you want to be heard is just not going to happen. That thing you desire. You're fighting for pink and they tell you, just take blue. And then when you now raise your voice to express how you feel, you just lose your argument because, like, see, you're not even being reasonable. So that fear of, like, why can't I get what I want? Why can't I have what I want? And then that fear of just being confined into a space. We yell to express the...
Okay, but I feel that the reason for the loss, this is what I think, because you say you lose the argument.
Right.
When you raise your voice. Why? Because disrespect has come into the picture. Disrespect for the person's feelings, not gender. Nobody wants to be yelled at. So even if we're having a conversation and I don't understand what you're saying or I disagree, I'm disagreeing with you, it's not enough. My disagreeing, I mean, we're two different human beings, right? My disagreeing is not enough reason for you to go, oh, you're not listening and yada, 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 and you start flaring up. You understand? Sometimes what people really want to understand is they're not in your head. They just want to really get what it is you're saying.
Calm down.
So I think the loss is, hold on. I think where the loss starts is the moment you start yelling, you've lost the person. That's whether be it man or woman. This is not, I'm not trying to like make this for partners in a relationship, no. Be it man or woman, the moment you start yelling or you start raising your voice, you've lost that person. Because one, I feel nobody wants to be yelled at.
One, that's mannerism.
And that, yes. And then another thing is, most of the times, it's better, like you can easily communicate your feelings more when you're calm. You can put your thoughts together, right? You have a thought process and everything will just flow and you communicate better.
Or better still, I have another suggestion. Silence. Because what happens when the partner...
Sometimes when you're upset, exactly.
When the person you're talking to doesn't even want to hear anything you want to say. Because, again, the reason why women also want to shout is because, for example, let's say I'm talking to you now, I'm talking to you, you're like, so as I was saying, and you do it over and over.
I'll just clock out.
No,
it's best to just clock out,
so there are two
Don't say
solutions.
anything again.
One, either I now start yelling, like, can you hear me out? Can you listen to me? Or just utter silence. Like, at this point, the person who cuts me off is not the dumb one. Because clearly you don't even want to know anything I'm saying. So, and then when the yelling
still boils down to mannerisms. It's not just about shouting. Even gestures too can be very, very like. So I think instead of yelling,
right,
just
silence.
Silence
is the best. When you're silent, that person is just talking.
Silence. But if you're going to double down, remain calm. Now for the third prompt. Okay. Suppressing your emotions is not strength. It is a practice men have been doing since childhood, and we call it logic. We're just literally saying the same thing.
This one
we just said that.
Yeah, this one is actually very true because I feel like the system, the world, the social media, people, have just made it look like if a man starts to express emotions, any form of even tears or crying, it's like, why are you crying now? You be man. Why are they crying now? Not for women, right? And then it's like that's in your feeling right now. No, you don't have time. Just start thinking of solutions. And I think that behavior has destroyed men, or the majority of them that don't even have this understanding that you're allowed to feel something.
So there's something I kind of like. I kind of like disagree with the first statement. Suppressing your emotions is not strength. It actually requires strength to suppress your emotions. So follow me. Calm down. Calm down. You want to kill me before this episode is over? You're literally shooting blazers at me. Calm down.
Sure.
I mean lasers. Oh, all our blazers. God have mercy. So, when I say it requires strength to actually suppress your emotions, strength is strength. It can either be channeled in the negative direction or the positive direction. Now, we have, let me just say, our ancestors and people before us have succeeded in channeling our strengths in a very, very wrong direction, negative direction, right? So there's a lot of overdoing. I was discussing something like this the other time with someone, and I said, because of gender role, because of what is expected of what society expects of a woman and what society expects of a man, we're now overdoing. Let me explain. Calm down. Just calm down.
I was going to land like
I'm coming. I'm coming. All right. Okay. So now because a woman is emotions and expression of emotions is seen as weak, it is left for the woman to do, completely ignoring the part of her that can be logical. Because no matter how you think about it, woman is man. We're literally human beings, you understand? But woman is man. The only difference is we got a womb. That's all. A woman is very capable of being logical, but no, from when she was a little girl, she's thought to be more emotional. I don't know if you get.
Right.
Then a man is capable of, he also has emotions, but his emotions are shunned. Now, what am I driving at? They start building that strength. They start channeling that strength into doing something negative. They start channeling the man's strength to suppress his emotions. That is strength, but it's not being used properly. So being able to hold back. Now imagine when you want to cry sometimes, but you have to hold back. It requires a lot of strength. Sometimes you want to have an outburst. You're you're in fury, like you're very upset, but you have to hold back. That's strength, love. That's a lot of strength. So whenever it has to do with suppressing any type of emotion, it is a kind of strength. But now what we need to look at is it a good way? Is it a good way to channel your strength or not? So for you to say suppressing emotions is not strength, it's just strength used in the wrong way, if you ask me. That's what I think.
I think you just carry that sentence, carry the logic and just do like this, you know, you just twist down. So no, because so suppressing your emotions is not strength. It's basically trying to say if it's based on strength, the suppressing is not strength for you to suppress, first of
You're
all.
saying what I'm saying.
So now, if you're suppressing your emotions, it doesn't show strength, it shows weaknesses. It shows, because people's emotions are even bigger than they imagine. Sometimes you'd wonder why today you're in a good mood, and then two seconds later it's like your mood just gets foul, and then you wonder at what point did you lose it? Even in practical terms, like on a day to day, let's say you left your house happy, today's going to be a great day. Moment to step out, somebody just starts to smell, and then you're already irritated, and then next thing when you talk to the next person, you probably yell at the person because you're already pissed off. And then you have to like trace back as to what caused these things in the first place. Now, let's say now you've had a day that has been so frustrating the whole time. You're so mad. And this is probably environmental causes, or maybe someone said something that was maybe an insult passed by, it touched you. And then you have this pent up energy. Now, as a woman, we'll probably cry it out because it's like, oh, I've had such a frustrating day. My dad has been so mad. And maybe her friend is there, or even a man is there, and trying to like say, okay, let's just calm down. Let me get you food and chicken you and feel better. But for a man, when a man tries to express that frustration, it's not really, it feels like it's not really allowed, because then when you feel that frustration, all you want to do is either let's get the work done. We just need money. Maybe highest go to a punching bag, go to the gym and throw some punches right there. You're not really talking about what is causing the emotions. You just suppress it with actions, with something else to just cover it up. And then one day, at some point, like a boiling kettle, you will explode.
Yeah, I get it.
And then I think what this thing causes is when a man now finds, because men explode, maybe one day they'll just be like, you know what, I don't tire, I'm done. And then they could be seen as, can you imagine? He cannot even hold himself. What's this doing? And then the world now sees him as this whole crazy person. But he's been building pent up energy for only God knows how long, and he just refused to talk about it. He didn't express it, and then and then people probably ask him like, your mood is foul or something is wrong with you, and he's like, I'm good. And you keep saying I'm good until one day you will not be good. Then what happens then?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you feel something, even if you don't want to tell a woman because you feel the woman will see you as weak, at least have someone you can confide in. Like, bro, I'm not good. My body, my head, I'm losing my mind. Someone just upset me. Do you understand? And then cry too. Like, I find it's very therapeutic too if you just let it out. I think men just don't understand this, or maybe some do. Some woke men understand this, but I think.
So at the end of the day, I feel like we still just both sort of like said the same thing, because like the point I'm coming from is that you require strength to do all that suppressing at the end of the day. But is it good? No. So what I'm saying is even sort of
you said
all encompassing
strength to suppress your emotions.
Yes.
But then again,
but that's the thing. Like, get where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Channeling the strength in the wrong direction. Do you understand? Is what can lead to something fatal at the end of the day.
All that disparity.
So, but do not disregard the fact that it is still a type of strength. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not saying it's cool to suppress your emotions and whatnot, but don't disregard the fact that there's actually strength that was used to do that suppressing. Sure, I get. All right, so now why don't you lead us into the fourth prompt? Abby?
Okay, so this one is like pretty similar, where it says, a man who cries is weak, and a woman who does not cry is cold. Make it make sense.
Oh.
My sister doesn't cry. She know they cry. Because they used to be like, well, you don't have hearts. Like, can you cry? Can you feel something? Even when we're growing up and then like, we're being punished by our parents, that girl is like, if you finish, I go and sit down with me. Just one kid.
But have you ever thought to yourself, what if she actually cries in secret and you don't know?
I think she does. I think like, if you're watching this, I love you so much. But like, I think like maybe so. Women being Ada, first of all, if you think about it. If you think about the women who are raised as firstborns as women also have that training, especially if that family doesn't have a boy, or maybe the boy comes in last. It's like the father wants obviously someone who can be strong, who can be a man. So they sort of pour it into the firstborns. They leave us middle children as bad. You'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
So I feel like now that I've grown and I'm aware of a lot of things, and I've seen my sister, especially when she got married like a week ago or something, I'm like, nah, you probably did cry. But maybe your training hasn't allowed you to do that in public. Maybe she does that after the show, behind the scenes, you know, somewhere in the bathroom. Maybe while we were busy doing the makeup, she was probably somewhere like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. So I think she does. Now knowing what I know, I probably think she does, but she just doesn't show it.
So this whole talk about a man who cries is weak.
And then I think it now applies with men, because if they are seen as crying, then it now feels like they're also weak.
Here's the thing, be a man or woman, when you cry in public, it's a little embarrassing. I mean,
wipe those tears.
Exactly. She gets like, it's embarrassing. Let's just put that one out there first. But then it's okay to cry in your little corner. If there's somebody there, it has to be your close person. You understand? Someone that you're close to. You get. I don't think crying is weakness.
I don't think it is. No.
But crying in front of a lot of people, that's embarrassing.
No, but then people might just the stigma around it. People have just probably just said, if you just cry in public, you look funny, you look weird. So
forget about the stigma. You as a person that is crying, if you saw somebody else crying, like a grown-ass adult crying in front of you, how...
Okay, let me be very honest. Whenever I'm extremely mad, for me to calm down, I cry.
Yeah, but you could like go to a corner and do it.
So there was a time when I was so mad at a situation, and I was in public, and the tears were just dropping. I wasn't making all the sounds and all that whole gnawing my eyes out, all that stuff. So maybe the way you cry.
Okay. All right, people. I know you're enjoying this whole thing so far, but we are going to take a quick pause right now. We will be back. Don't go anywhere. But it's time for skip, sip, and reset. Okay, welcome, people. So this is the very first segment of skip, sip, and reset. What's up, girl? Are you ready? You want to do the thing? Want to do the thing? Okay, so she called dibs on Bing, and I'm gonna kill her for doing that. So now I am Team Blue, unfortunately, but we can wing this somehow. So, this is Chaos Relay, by the way. So you're gonna understand why. Yeah, let's get the chaos started.
1, 2, 3, go!
Sorry. Was it my cup that fell? No! I think we're both disqualified. I think we are disqualified.
1, 2, 3, go!
That was chaotic as hell.
1, 2, 3, go!
How unfortunate. Are you kidding me right now?
I don't care.
Disqualified. So this is the end of Chaos Relay. I think I won, but she's been a crybaby.
Disqualified.
Yeah, right. I won. Anyways, thank you guys for having us on Skip, Sip, and Reset. And we're back. That was chaotic.
That was crazy.
Why didn't you just allow me have my win?
That was not fair. That was no.
I mean, I let you have your win.
No.
Is it my fault? Is it my fault.
It
Anyways,
flew.
people,
So there was no
y'all seen the kind of person she is
Oh,
right now.
stop
Y'all
it.
seen her true color.
Team Pink for life.
anyways, we're back. We're back on business.
Okay.
Laptop time.
Okay, let's be serious.
Okay,
I have
alright.
my coffee.
All right, no problem. Okay, so for the last prompt, we have here: the best thing a woman can do is to stop apologizing for feeling things. You wanna lead us into that?
Yes,
Let me
yes,
listen.
yes. Because I feel like, so you know how and I don't know. I keep saying about relationship. I've seen basketball, so ciao. But yes, in the
Talk to us.
relationship,
It's a safe space. We're building a safe space.
so in
Yeah.
for example, in a relationship, right? And then every time a lady wants to express how she feels, and let's say the man doesn't want to listen to it and he's just being logical, let's say she just wants to express the journey of how her day was so frustrating, and all he wants to do is just give solutions, and then it's like, just let it be. And then sometimes it leads to an argument. Have you noticed?
Yep.
It would, from those two,
Because I literally just want you to shut up and listen.
and then next thing we know, misunderstanding, and then it just goes bad and goes sour, and then the woman comes back and now starts saying, babe, I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? If you just come talk to him and say, babe, see what I was trying to do that time. Like, and then when you start to realize that your emotions are valid, you will talk different. You will be confident about yourself. You will carry yourself differently. And even when you're trying to have an argument with somebody, and that maybe at some point you lose your cool, you might apologize about that, but you can't apologize for the feelings and how you felt in that situation. Don't apologize for that. Highest, be reasonable to listen when someone says, okay, you were wrong. But like, at the end of the day, your emotions matter. Like, sometimes it could be a clear path. You could be confused about something. You don't know how to fix it, and then you get emotional, and then you lose yourself, and then you find your person that you can talk to, your friend, your brother, your dad, whoever it is that you can bond with, and be like, okay, see, I don't know. You understand? The person shouldn't make you feel less, and at the same time, don't apologize. Say, I'm so sorry, but I cannot even understand what's going on in my head. Why are you apologizing?
Okay. So I don't know, but like this is how I feel about this particular prompt.
Okay.
When it comes to emotions, being emotional is not a problem, but being in control of your emotions, that is a very great, amazing skill everybody should have. Now, using your emotions as an excuse to go off on someone who was just trying to help, that's not nice. Do you get where I'm coming from? For example, let's use the same example of yours with, oh, you're trying to talk to your man, you just want to vent, or you just want to talk to him about how your day went. You don't really need him to start being, because men can be so unnecessarily solution driven. Like, just stop.
Tell me about
It's not like I don't know.
I don't know.
You get like, it's not like I don't know. Just
take
it and let me rant. Do you understand?
Like, to tell me, oh, hey,
So-
she did that.
But now, when they start doing the whole solution thingy, I don't think it's okay because of the way we're feeling to probably go off on them, because they're genuinely confused at that point while you're going off on them. So now you're hurting their feelings.
And
Do you understand? And they didn't even know that they were upsetting you. Men can be so clueless. Oh God,
They can be simpletons. I like to say the word.
But like, you get where I'm coming from, right? I feel like at the end of the day, the reason why our emotions are being used against us as women, because that's literally the topic we're working on, right? We're saying people tell us, or the society views us as too emotional, and it's being used against us. Why? Because we seem to lack control over it.
Some women seem to lack control.
I like the way you put some.
Excluding
but the
me,
greater,
of course,
exclude yourself, my love. But the highest statistics of women, I know y'all probably eat me for this, but the highest statistics of women, I promise you, many of us do not have control
we can just
over
go
our
off
exactly. And then the funny thing is, you start feeling bad. The truth of the matter is, a lot of women, you feel bad at the end of the day by the time you've scattered a lot of things with your mouth or with your actions. You now start feeling bad. But then you now wear Prada. You don't want to say sorry.
Sorry, what?
You wear all the Prada brands, like all the Prada outfits, and you don't want to say sorry. You get, which is where they now tag us. Just leave them.
She's just being
They're just being emotional. You're women. You
So
know?
at the end of the day, we're the ones destroying it.
We're kind of like shooting ourselves in the leg. So I believe one thing that a lot of women can do for ourselves is be in control of our emotions. Steer it in the positive direction. You can be emotional and still do your thing. You can be emotional and still double down on whatever it is you need to double down on. The important thing is being in charge of your emotions.
And then when in doubt, choose silence.
Okay, people, I'm pretty sure you all enjoyed all of that. My
did.
baby girl here, she had a lot to say. Like you can literally see it on her eyes.
The fumes are like, poof, poof.
But I believe you get what we're saying. If you're a woman out there, I think we should do better when it comes to our emotions. And please do not ever see yourself as less, or what's the word, less logical than any man out there.
Right.
Thank you. With this few points of mine.
I'm not to confuse and not to confuse
Confuse you. But it's Laptop Lattes, people.